I hope to gain from this experience is to become happier and to not always rush and to take time and think and relax.
The whole point of meditating is to be in the now, but I don't understand what now I'm supposed to think of. So I don't really feel any progress. I don't feel happier. I just feel more rested, and I don't know, it just feels good to take a break from reality, I guess, and not stress about chores and social media.
The up part of meditating would be that rather than being on my phone or watching TV, which I usually do before work, I took a break and took time to focus on the now. The down part would be that I could have also been cleaning my room, which I feel would be more productive.
The progress I think I've come over, I do think I've become a happier and stress-free person, but I don't think it's significantly changed my overall being. I've also learned to not fall asleep and to not worry about other things during meditation and not to think about my past and future. I've learned how to focus, kind of think about my meditation when I do start to stress, but it's not that I do meditate. I just think of steps through meditation I've taken and apply it to my everyday life. I've gained through this experience, I'll obviously be happier, and again, be focused in the now and not worrying about things in the past and the future, and not to rush and to stress about little things.
Hi, I'm Zalik Elsie, and for my final project, I chose Why Our Screens Make Us Less Happy by Adam Alder, because he was explaining how we should use our phones less, and I agreed with what he was talking about, so that's why I chose that. Yeah.
In a lot of ways. I live in New York, a lot of my family lives in Australia, and I have a 1-year-old son, and the way I've been able to introduce them to him is with screens. I couldn't have done that 15 or 20 years ago in quite the same way. So there's a lot of good that comes from them.
Day 3 logging, and in Adam Alder's TED Talk, he was talking about how he uses his phone in positive ways. There's positive and negative ways people can use their phones, but what he was saying is that he communicates with his family from Australia with his phone. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And yeah. Instead of me bringing my phone inside, I'm gonna leave it in the car so I don't use it. And my dad doesn't like when we use our phones while we're out eating anyways. So that's basically what's gonna happen, right, Demir? Today is the last day of the video, and I think it was really fun but difficult. But now that I went through the whole thing, it's like easy not to use my phone as often and on the weekends. And Adam Alder says that we should not use our phone on the weekends and put it on airplane mode, and that's what I did. So it was a really good experience. Thank you for watching this video. Bye!
So today is my 5th day logging for the TED Talk, Why Screens Make Us Less Happy. And I've been very social lately with my family, with my friends. And it's safe to say this experiment and the process going into it was positive and moved in the right direction the whole time. Some of the factors that I have increased on that have became positive through this experiment is the time I am on my phone has decreased and my happiness has definitely increased. Relationship with my mother has increased, and so has the relationship I have with my friends. And also my focus in school, especially towards the end of the year because we are graduating soon. This has helped my mind stay on the right path. And yeah, this is positive.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just
first day of logging how my family affects my happiness. So for my logging, I'm going to be using the How to Be Happy video because it gives a lot of different examples on how to keep a healthy mindset and how to savor a memory, what it can do, spend time with family, and that's really going to help boost my happiness for the rest of the week. One of the examples I used from the How to Be Happy video was savoring a memory, and me and my family, we all sat down together today and watched old videos from when we were younger. The positive effect it had on my family is we all remembered from when we were younger and just all smiling through the good times. The negative effect is missing that and wishing we could go back. So today my aunt surprised us from Maryland, and not only did it boost my happiness, but it boosted my family's too. Today is my third day of vlogging my happiness with my family. In the video, How to Be Happy, it states, but the most important factor researchers found is social support or having someone to count on in times of trouble, reduce stress. So today, me and my brother got into an altercation. My other brother was there to help resolve it because we ended up all getting mad at each other, and that's part of having someone in times of trouble. Today is my 7th and last day logging the effects my family has on my happiness. And so far my progress has definitely showed how strong they affect my mood and well-being. In the video How to Be Happy, it states people who report having more meaning in their lives are more likely to have stable moods and show sociable behavior. This relates back to today when my family and I all had a family dinner to talk about stuff going on in our individual lives, especially when there were no phones allowed. It brought meaningful conversations filled with laughter. So far, the progress has had many positive effects, and me and my family showed very happy results.
Shown by taking time aside from our busy lives to stop, focus, be quiet, and still will improve our overall well-being and happiness. I am 100% believer in this theory and will prove it to you as I share my journey and demonstrate my success. The magic or myth of meditation. Who cares, and does it really work? Today is day 7 of my log and process. It was my final day and I felt great. The meditation was the best ever, and I knew what to do, and I did it well. I am impressed and happy with my progress, and I hope that it will be duplicated enough to continue. I use my routine strategy of doing it outside, relax on the grass in the morning, and made me feel focused and ready to start my day. From the TED Talk, All It Takes is 10 Mindful Minutes by Andy Pulicombe, he states most people assume their meditation is about stopping thought and getting rid of their emotions. He further explains that all we have emotions is now that we process and use them, filling our heads with uncontrollable thoughts and emotions. He agrees that all emotions are good if used in the right way and controlled by meditating. I do agree with him on this, since I have been doing this process. It has helped me in my daily life, and know that I will be successful, calm, focused, and peaceful. And if I continue the meditation process, the exercise is a true success for me, and I will continue.